Hey guys, this is Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with the second episode review of Bakugan Battle Brawlers. As this time we are now introduced to the main one of the main antagonists of the series, and that is Masquerade. Which he is actually one of my favorite antagonists the series has. An antagonist that appears in the second season of Bakugan, which is Bakugan Battle Brawlers New Vestroya, probably has to be my old-time favorite antagonist because he was menacing as hell. But Masquerade, he is menacing as hell, and for people who've watched the series, they know how menacing this guy was and how much of a problem this dude was for pretty much the entire first season of the show. So yeah, but for new people that are watching, this dude was a menace to society. Like, this dude was legitimately like probably one dudes where you're like, how the frickin' Dan and the others gonna beat this guy. But let's get into it. We start the episode off with Runa pretty much running in the park trying to get her Pokemon. This is gonna be something. I keep saying Pokemon, Bakugan to talk. But it's not talking. All of a sudden, the wind starts blowing, and then that's when we see the first made appearance by Masquerade. And pretty much Runo challenges him to a battle, and, she ends up losing. Now, we focus over to Dan, and he's trying to show his friends at school, or the people at school, that his Bakugan can talk. But Drago says nothing, and pretty much the entire class doesn't believe him. Shenanigans occur and everything where he gets in trouble with his teacher. But pretty much, the thing is, Drago's kind of monologuing in his head saying that Dan doesn't ultimately know what the hell is going on. He needs to take this shit more serious. Because one thing is, Drago's trying to get away as well to find a way to get back to Vestroya to stop Naga, so Vestroya can't be destroyed and everything. So yes, that's the whole thing and everything. So after the school shenanigans occur, Dan goes back home. He has a talk with the Battle Brawlers pretty much, and Runa kind of jumps him and is like, oh, I've been waiting for you to finally get online and talk. And pretty much that's when she brings up the fact that she got beat by Masquerade and she lost her Bakugan, as well as the other Battle Brawlers going to make the mention that Masquerade, he's been pretty much the talk of the town online in terms of Bakugan battles. And the fact that, as a lot of people are saying, every time they encounter him, they always end up losing, and they also lose their Bakugan. Marucho pretty much says that he's ranked the #1 battle brawler as of this moment in the show. And Dan's kind of taken aback by that. And he's like, wait, how is he #1? Shouldn't be #1? And pretty much the other brawlers are like, well, I don't know why and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, he pretty much mans up and he tells his friends like, yo, I'm gonna freaking get your Bakugan back, and I'm going to freaking fight this guy and beat him. So yeah, that's the whole thing there and stuff like that. Now, that's the crazy. Now, Drago ends up talking to Dan as he's trying to record like a challenge to Masquerade, and he pretty much tells Dan, again, like, dude, you don't understand what's truly going on here. You see, you think Bakugan is a game you and your friends and people around the world like to enjoy. You think we're toys, but guess what? We're not. It's completely something that you wouldn't even understand and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, Dan's kind of like, oh, please, whatever, man. Listen, I gotta defeat freaking Masquerade. That's the whole thing. So, anyways, Dan ends up challenging Masquerade. Masquerade sees the challenge made by Dan in his dark corridor, and that the meet spot he was supposed to meet Masquerade, Dan ends up getting there first, but he ends up running into Shuji and Akira again. They have another battle. This time, Shuji's using the Ventus attribute, but they don't show the full battle. They cut it to like near the tail end of the battle, and Dan throws out his Dragonoid. And in the battle, Dan uses an ability card, but because Drago's like, nah, wind attribute is pretty much super effective against me, and stuff like that. And excuse me, oh man, boy, man. But whatever. Anyways, he says a wind attribute is super effective against me, so I'll have no chance at winning this battle. So yeah, what happens is Shuji tries to use his Ventus Valkynier to try to get the upper hand on Drago, and while Valkynier and Drago are clashing, pretty much Drago is like, Valkynier, you need to stop this. It's the silent core that's affecting your mindset and everything. We should not be battling here. We're allies and everything. And Falconeer is like, please, I'm freaking commanded to do this. I'm programmed to pretty much fight and stuff like that. So you're nothing to do. Because of this, Drago just ends up overpowering the Falconeer, even though his G system was lower, but he ends up overpowering, and Dan ends up beating Shuji again. And stuff like that. So yeah, they kind of go on their own way. Shuji and Akira go on their own way, but all of a sudden Dan hears some foot walking for footsteps, and next thing you know, Masquerade shows himself and everything, and he's like, I'm here to see Dan Kuso. And he's like, okay, here we are, the battle. So they start their battle and everything, and after they set their gate cards down, we see Masquerade drop this other card with like a skull on it, and we're not specified it till later on. Anyways, the first two battles Dan goes against, which is his Saurus and his Serpentoid, they end up freaking going against Masquerade in a one-on-one battle against his Reaper, and pretty much the Reaper takes out two of his Pokemon, and after I said it again, Bakugan, and after the Bakugan, Dan's Bakugan is defeated, this portal opens up to this dark area, this dark portal, and they're going away. Now, after Dan loses the second time, he's like, yo, dude, give me my Bakugan back. And Masquerade's like, I can't give your Bakugan back. And, we get the explanation of the card that he set down after the gate cards were set. We find out, or Masquerade explains to Dan, like, listen, the place they got sent to is pretty much the Doom dimension. When I send down a Doom card, pretty much all the cards are nullified or all the cards get overwhelmed by this one set Doom card. Pretty much what the ongoing story in terms of the battles against Masquerade, and even if you saw the next episode preview with one of the people he sends to do his dirty business, the thing is, the Doom card pretty much is a card that when set, if a Bakugan on the opposing side loses, whoever sets down that said Doom card, that person who loses, their Bakugan typically would return to them in a normal sense. But no, if the Doom card is set, the Bakugan does not return to you, and it ends up going to the Doom dimension, which pretty much what Drago explains is, I guess you can say, the resting place for all Bakugan. In other words, their version of hell. And it's also a place where no Bakugan can ever escape from. The moment you get taken into the Doom dimension, or a Bakugan gets taken into the Doom dimension, they're done. It's over. You can pretty much say their life is over because, like I said, it's their version of hell. Which, that thing, so it's like when our characters go against Masquerade, and especially his minions later down in the show, this was the one thing that it has an increased odds tension and stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, Dan sees Drago's very pissed off at the way this guy battles, so he throws Drago down. Again, Reaper comes out, and Drago's trying to talk to Reaper, saying, listen, dude, we should not be fighting. This is not the right way to do things. And Reaper's like, please, I'm working alongside this human for his goals and my goals set, and stuff like that. But, it looks like, Drago's going to lose, but Drago ends up getting a just odd power boost when it looks like Dan's going to set down this ability card, but Drago keeps getting stronger to the point that the game just crashes and everything. The battle ends, and Dan is wondering where the hell Drago is. And pretty much Drago's right there at his feet. Now, Masquerade says, listen, dude, I spared your Dragonoid. You should be grateful for that, and stuff like that. And as he's walking away, pretty much, hold on a quick second, guys. Sorry for that quick interruption. But anyways, Masquerade is walking away, and he pretty much tells Dan, like, listen, dude, you need to realize Bakugan isn't a game like you think it is. Bakugan legitimately has the chance to destroy the entire world. and everything. And that's when he pretty much walks off, and Dan's kind of just like, what the hell, man, and stuff like that. And as the episode ends off, Reaper pretty much talks to Masquerade saying, oh, that Dragonoid was very interesting. And Masquerade's like, yeah, he was, but he wasn't the Bakugan I was looking for. And he pretty much says, but although that human Dan is very interesting, so I think I'll keep my eye on him. And stuff like that. And that's kind of where the episode ends off, with Dan pretty much losing in defeat to Masquerade, but being able to stay lucky not to lose Drago. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. Next week, or the next episode, if you watch the next episode preview, is Dan gets challenged by, like I said, by one of Masquerade's goons, who Masquerade will see when he asks people to do his dirty work. He kind of, I would say, tempts them and tricks them by making these false promises and stuff like that of, you know, you can be this great Bakugan battle brawler if you freaking do this bidding and take my hand and stuff like that. And we see this going on for a majority of this season of Bakugan when it comes to Masquerade, because like I said, he's a conniving villain who pretty much plans ahead of time and stuff like that. So yes, but I definitely did enjoy this episode. It's actually pretty shocking at the standpoint, you know, you would think you get introduced to each of one of your characters, each one of the battle brawlers in their own separate episodes, but they come and get their own episodes when the time comes for them. But the fact that, you know, you're already pretty much, you know, kind of introduced into the main antagonist for our human characters before they get realized about what's truly going on with Masquerade. Like I said, it's really shocking that they introduced him really good. But the one thing I did, or this early, but the one thing that I did like about his introduction is it already creates the fear and the tension of, oh no, this guy is no business. Not only is he taking people's Bakugan away and sending them to the Doom Dimension, he's freaking the #1 battler, and he's the guy at the top that everybody needs to be. And pretty much everybody has, and the battle brawlers have to work their way up to get to the top rankings to end up to defeat this guy. And stuff like that. And again, like I said, the added addition, and this is actually pretty freaking unique for a show or an anime and stuff like that, where when they introduce the main villain, they have the main, or I guess you can say the main antagonist has a MacGuffin that pretty much puts that threat against the heroes, to where, oh shoot, this guy got the Doom card and you can lose your Bakugan right then and there. It creates that added tension. That thing is like, oh, if we lose our Bakugan, we're done. It's over. You know, you're not getting them back this time. You're losing them for good. And it creates that added tension, and you see throughout the rest of this first season, especially when you see the main battle brawlers use their main Bakugan, because there's a potential fear that they actually may lose their main Bakugan to the Doom Dimension and stuff like that. So I definitely did like the fact that they implemented an antagonist who is mysterious in his own way, but he has this overlooming threat of, if we go up against this guy, 9 out of 10 times we're not going to get out of this battle alive, or not get out of this battle victorious, I guess you could say. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode review for Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Question of the day is your thoughts on Masquerade and everything, your thoughts on the Doom Dimension and stuff like that, when you first remembered seeing this and stuff like that. Again, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Bakugan episode reviews, you know, as quickly as I can upload them to and stuff like that. I'm pretty much, like I said, pre-recording videos, watching episodes in advance and pre-recording videos, so then they can just start going up to YouTube on the channel and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, when you do hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell icon so you're up to date with whatever I upload to the channel, and it goes straight to your inbox. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, peace.